Oral language development and its effect on reading. Language development. Language is the way that we express ourselves in both written and oral forms. There are 5 components to language development that are learned at different paces. Phonology is the stage where children learn the individual sounds that exist in words. Once a child understands the individual units of words, then they can use them to pronounce words. This is the stage where a child will acquire accents and different dialects. Morphology is the stage of language development when children begin to use words to form sentences. They begin by forming simple sentences and eventually form statements with more complexity. Syntax is the stage of language development where they understand the proper structure of a sentence. A person who understands syntax can recognize when the order of words being used makes sense or not. Semantics refers to the stage of language development where words are given meaning. Children in this stage have the skill to choose words that make sense when communicating. Pragmatics is the final stage in language development and is the understanding that there are different styles of language and appropriate times to use them. Children who understand pragmatics vary their speech depending on the situation. Language development for English language learners. It's similar to first language acquisition and develops in stage. Pre-production stage. This is the stage also known as the silent stage because someone in the stage may not speak. Other than nodding yes or no, communication in this stage could consist solely of gestures and illustrations. Early production stage. In this stage, a person begins to produce brief responses and familiar phrases. Their speech will not be grammatically or structurally correct. Speech emergence stage. During the speech emergence stage, a person can produce simple sentences and comprehend much more of what is said to them. People in this stage are still working on pronunciation and proper grammar. The intermediate stage. The intermediate stage is where English language learners speak much more fluently using detailed sentences with very few errors. Advanced fluency stage. Lastly, when an English language learner demonstrates language development to a near native level, they are in advanced fluency stage. What is the impact? There is a strong correlation between oral language and reading and writing skills. The foundation of reading and phonics is the understanding that words are made up from individual sounds. This is called phonemic awareness. Research has shown that phonemic awareness is a prerequisite for learning how to read. Oral language is the skill of using sounds to produce words, therefore they are directly correlated. Children that have developed oral language skills use their understanding that words are made up of individual sounds to help identify, blend, and segment sounds in words. To decode unfamiliar words, a child will have to know how to blend sounds together in words. If their oral language development hinders their ability to identify these sound units, it will be reflected in their reading and writing skills. The impact on English language learners. Phonemic awareness is just as important for the reading success of ELL students, but is more difficult for them to grasp. Since English sound patterns are different than other languages, it will take some time for ELL students because they will have to master the alphabetic code before they begin blending and sounding out words. Pronunciation may not be accurate due to their home language, accent, and the differences in alphabetic patterns of their first language. Creating an environment for practicing social and academic language. Lessons should include a variety of activities that promote the use of proper social and academic language. The teacher should model and demonstrate oral and written language for students. Shared reading and interactive writing are helpful strategies for teachers to model language skills. Phonemic awareness practices will help students develop understanding of the individual components of oral and written language. Practices such as singing songs, chant rhyming in poems, read aloud wordplay books, segmenting words, substituting sounds and words to make new words, isolating initial, medial, and final sounds, and blending phonemes to decode words. Written language can be supported in the classroom by incorporating many opportunities to observe teacher-modeled written communications as well as writing on their own. Vocabulary instruction is crucial because it is hard to understand written and spoken language that is full of unknown words. Practices may include shared reading, interactive writing, labeling, handwriting instruction, writing informal letters, making lists, and incorporating a morning message. Students who don't understand the meaning of words might benefit from word sorts, reviewing vocabulary before reading, and teaching idioms, synonyms, and antonyms. Using KWL charts before reading is an effective way to activate background knowledge, prepare for reading, and review what was read. Zone of proximal development and language development is understanding the current level of abilities your students have and what you would like their next goal to be. Scaffolding students towards a higher level of language development as well as comprehension can be done by asking tiered questions that are appropriate for their level of development.
created using Powtoon.